For Tony Bennett's Virginia Cavaliers, Kihei Clark has been there and done that. Reece Beekman, Armaan Franklin, Gardner, and Vanderplas has been really good. And this is grad season, the transfer from Ohio University.
And that's been the big change, Eric, with Vanderplas in the starting lineup. They found this lineup when Armando Bacot was hurt in the North Carolina game. Virginia went small. Tony Bennett liked what he sees with this starting lineup.
Not a surprise, the 7'1" Quinten Post wins the starting tap. BC on offense, 4 and 6 in league play, but back-to-back double-digit wins. The most recent wins, a win coming against Louisville on Wednesday.
And automatically, Virginia coming with the big double team across, and they get the turnover.
Wow. 20 seconds of offense and not a shot on goal.
You know what happens, Eric, when you're having a good streak, the scouting report catches up with Quinten Post a month ago. That wouldn't have happened, but now he gets respect and he turns it over.
So Virginia, their first crack at it. Reece Beekman brings it over the timeline. Vanderplas back to Beekman. Still waiting, first shot of our ball game. Kihei Clark puts it up.
That's a guy you want to gamble with him early if you're Boston College. Make him make some shots. He's a low percentage shooter.
Zachary. Post. He can fire it up from out there.
Well, and that's why Vanderplas is a good matchup for him outside. He can defend him on the three, and that's the second turnover for Post in this game.
Boston College has had the ball for about 45 seconds worth of offense, and they haven't attempted a shot yet. There's Earl Grant. Short list of one of the best dressed coaches in the entire country is Earl Grant.
I like the coat and tie. I like the suit, actually.
I was marveling at his socks earlier today. Shot is missed from distance, and now let's see if Boston College can get a shot.
It's a bottom of the third inning, and it's still 0-0.
Played at 90 seconds. Boston College has yet to shoot. There's their first shot, and it's up and good. Score the goal, Makai Ashton Langford.
And he's been on a tear lately. 20.5 points his last 2 games. Good solid drive, good take inside. No shot blocker out there for Virginia.
Vanderplas. Beekman. And a reach-in foul going to be called on Ashton Langford. All right, Mike, your 4 keys to the game.
Well, for Boston College, especially in Virginia's offense, they want to try to guard, and they must guard that weak side with all the motion. And for Virginia, they've been sharing the ball. Eric, they assist on 67% of their made field goals, which is unreal.
Somewhere John Crotty beaming.
Yes, sir, down in Miami.
Up and good. Armaan Franklin, his first bucket.
And he's been really steady for this team. He's double figures in 8 straight. Also rebounding pretty well.
Here's Post. Oh, he traveled again. Shuffled the shoes. Too much of a hurry. That's now 3 turnovers on BC.
Yeah, the threes that he's been making were catch and shoot threes, not putting it on the floor. Got himself in trouble with the dribble. My coaches always got a little tense when I started to put the ball on the floor here.
Kind of ambitious for a 7-footer.
Yes, sir.
Starting 20 feet away from the cup. Tied at 2. 2.5 minutes into our game. Skip pass. Clark. Got it! 3 ball.
Made him pay. Now Vanderplas has a smaller cover on him, so they doubled off of Clark to try to take a chance with that jump shot. He makes him pay. Let's see if that double team changes.
Again, Post, big part of the offense. They dump it down to the big man, and he's fouled. Franklin got him.
Here's the lookout, and this is one of the other things Tony Bennett likes with Vanderplas in there. He's an excellent passer. Good find. That's just knowing where your teammates are going to be spotting up on the weak side.
So Post, elite at the free throw line. He's only missed once so far this season. He's 22 out of 23.
Yeah, we've gone on and on about his offense, and we talked about his three-point shooting, but you're right, he has been stellar here.
Clearly doesn't have enough attempts to qualify. Missed a large chunk of the beginning part of the season, but he has been sensational. Now 23 for 24 at the line. First substitution of the game coming in for Virginia, Isaac McNeely.
He can really shoot, Eric. He's got a great stroke. He's really, as a freshman, has earned playing time for Tony Bennett.
From West Virginia is McNeely. 41% shooter from behind the arc. 30 for 72. This is McNeely. Beekman rattles it through.
They made him shoot it long, too, but a great pump fake that time. You've got to come out under control and close out.
Ooh. Post almost got another travel called on him. But instead, he's going to have free throws. We get to marvel at this free throw stroke for 2 more attempts.
Now, normally, against Virginia and somebody off the dribble, somebody would be there in the lane area, and I think Vanderplas was expecting that, and just McNeely, just kind of the wave right there. He needs to come over and get his body in front.
Man, I love this free throw. I'm a big fan of a good free throw, and that is a great free throw. Post is now 25 for 26 on his season at the line.
Yeah, especially from you know, a guy who's going to be touching the ball a lot in your offense. They really use him either scoring inside or working off of him.
Francisco Cafaro has just checked in. First time we've seen the redshirt senior from Argentina.
And he's a guy, this is because of Post that he's in there. He wouldn't be in normally in this game this early. But Tony Bennett wanted to get some size and toughness in there.
Clark got clobbered, and he'll go to the free throw line. That's the second foul on Ashton Langford. And Earl Grant has the decision to make. And the decision's already been made. Mason Madsen has gone to the scorer's table. And he'll more than likely come in for Ashton Langford.
And Eric, behind Post, he's been their leading scorer lately. So that's a big foul situation for BC to contend with.
Goodness, felt like we were in the UVA library. It gets quiet, you know, when Clark's at the line.
When I was home, I even liked noise. I didn't like quiet when I was there. This isn't golf.
Am I allowed to talk when he's at the line?
Shh.
That's amazing. Oh my goodness, it gets quiet in here. So it is a 9-6 lead for Virginia. Madsen did indeed come in for Ashton Langford. Zachary. Post. Bumped, spins, hits. Oh, that's nice.
But you know, he may be more comfortable playing against Cafaro that time. He set the high screen, rolled in low, and got great position.
He's got 6 of the 8 for Boston College. Gardner, the turnaround. Pretty move.
They've really done a nice job of finding some mismatches inside. And Gardner, they need him, Eric, to score and get back. He's been under double figures 4 of his last 6.
Oh, my goodness. Post, 2 more. Boston College has not missed a shot from the field. They've only taken 3, but they're 3 for 3, 4.5 minutes into our game. Clark missed. One-handed rebound. Post.
You know, and that's a good sign from him. Post started the game very dodgy. Those quick turnovers, the travels. I'd say he's settled in now.
He has shot the ball 6 times. 4 free throws, 2 shots in the field. He's made them all. Come on. Oh, my goodness. Quinten Post. Everything he throws up goes through.
And with a bigger cover, he can go out and stretch a little bit, take the shot. Big time range.
Woo! Looking like some old school Ralph Sampson back here in Charlottesville. And we're tied at 13. Reece Beekman the bucket. Taylor Swift special right now with our score.
An offensive game is broken out here, Eric, against 2 very good defensive teams.
Madsen over to Post. Oh my goodness! Quinten Post, have an afternoon, big man! He has not missed so far.
Tony Bennett just shaking his head, looking at his assistants. All right, what's the next move here?
He's got 14 of the 16 for BC. Eagles in the three-point lead. Where's Post? Madsen. That's the first miss for Boston College.
And why is anybody other than Quinten Post taking a jump shot right now?
Who would have thought that Boston College would roll into Charlottesville and not miss a shot for the first 6 minutes and 20 seconds?
Eric, you know, momentum is a real thing, and this team has not felt this good about itself all year long. These last 2 wins.
In the NBA, Quinten Post will get a heat check right now. He's allowed to shoot wherever he wants. And the steal poked away by Gardner. One man to beat, and he beats him.
That's what you have to be careful with. And Virginia's so good in playing the lanes, getting a handout, and Franklin, a nice job. We may go all the way to half without a break here.
Post. Oh, his first miss, and that was halfway down. So there's his heat check. He does have 14 points already, folks. Haven't made it to our first commercial break. McNeely blocked by the equipment.
They're trying to be aggressive inside to get some fouls on Post, but he's been clean so far.
Malik Bay steps inside the line and swishes the 19-footer. So offense not a problem right now for BC.
And they look extremely comfortable, which is very unusual in this building for an opponent, Eric.
They're playing the way that their head coach Earl Grant dresses. Impeccably. Cavaliers down 3. Well off the mark by Beekman, but it stays with Virginia. Cashing in is Gardner.
BC fell asleep on the long rebound that time. The perimeter guys have to hang in there.
We've gone a long time without a break. We've gone under the 12-minute mark and still haven't had a chance for a blow. All right, now we can all get a cool drink of water. How about the play of Quinten Post for Boston College?
He's just been exceptional. We talked about him being in hot and getting in and off the dribble, and also being able to step down and knock down the 3. What an afternoon.
Virginia by a point, 11:38 remaining in our first half. Here at Virginia, they use words like nadir, which is the bottom part. Well, the nadir for the Boston College Eagles would be January 17th. At UNC when they didn't make a 3. That's the last time they lost. Look what they've done recently, Mike.
No, I was at that game, Eric, and you know, it just wasn't part of their arsenal then. But you know, with Post getting better, he's been the one who's been setting the tone from behind the arc for this team. 6 of 10 in the last 2 games. That's not counting his start today.
All right, so Boston College, they break the huddle, and Quinten Post is not in the game, and that's what the Eagles are missing out on. 14 points. He has only missed 1 shot. He made all 4 of his free throws, and he's dealing with a mask on his face, which has got to be a little bit uncertain.
Yeah, well, he played with it last year, so there's a familiarity. It's a custom-made mask. He's used to it. Got hurt in the Louisville game. L. Ellis with an inadvertent elbow. Doesn't seem to have affected his vision so far. And with another timeout coming quickly, Eric, it's a good time to buy him some minutes on the bench in the first half.
Mason Madsen, his first triple. So buying some time right now with Post on the bench. BC leads by 4. Changes for both sides. Into the game, Ryan's done. He's got the ball on the wing. Clark remains in the game to run the point. This is McNeely.
Caden Shedrick in as well.
McNeely, good strong drive for the freshman.
Well, he's known as a 3-point shooter, and that's a good, good alternative to that. It's going to set up his jump shot by being able to drive.
Changes for Boston College. Chaz Kelly's into the game. TJ Bickerstaff, as well as Devin McLaughlin. This is Bickerstaff. Dribbled it off his foot. Still a ton of time on that shot clock. Madsen made a bomb a moment ago. McLaughlin, extra pass. Bickerstaff denied. Wonderful team defense by Virginia.
Well, and it's a shot clock violation, and it's a good thing they let him play on because Virginia got possession, didn't take that away from them.
McNeely. Woohoo! Ryan Dunn! And we're tied at 21. Blackjack here in Charlottesville.
Another freshman out there. Dunn has been playing great these last few games. Nobody put a body on him. He had a free run.
Madsen. Bickerstaff pass knocked out of bounds by Clark. And we've got a timeout on the floor. It is hot. It is heavy here in Charlottesville. Look out for Ryan Dunn. It's a done deal. Tied at 21.
Very rich tradition of winning that Tony Bennett has added to.
Sure has. The only year that Ralph Sampson was not the National Player of the Year was the year that you were playing against him here in the ACC. You kept him down just a little bit.
Well, right now they're probably thinking that Quinten Post is the National Player of the Year the way he started out. And he's still out of this game. And the only guy who's been able to defend him is Earl Grant. And Post is getting off the bench, and he'll come back in.
McNeely gets it over to Beekman. In the corner, this is Franklin. That's a 3-ball. Armaan Franklin.
You know, Beekman's a great playmaker in his own right. He's got some size. He can see over people, and they know they've got a shooter spotting up in the weak side corner.
Zachary's been relatively quiet here early in our game. Madsen is bumped by McNeely. That is the 4th team foul on Virginia. Neither side anywhere close to the bonus.
I tell you what, Eric, it's been a while since Tony Bennett has been comfortable with a couple of freshmen out on the floor. But he's getting some great production out of McNeely and Ryan Dunn.
Post back into the game. Madsen works off the screen from Post. Zachary had to save it. Does. Shot clock down to 3. Post, what do you got? Not in time. Shot clock violation.
And the thing I love about this crowd, Eric, they count down when the shot clock is on the opponent's back to let them know they have an appreciation for a defensive stand. Normally you want the ball in the hands of a playmaker with the shot running down. I thought Post was going to be able to get something up.
Both the Langford brothers come back in. DeMar Langford and Makai Ashton Langford back into the game. Bickerstaff stays in with Zachary and Post. Virginia running without Clark on the floor. Moving the ball around that perimeter.
Beekman is the guy who makes the plays with Clark out.
Dunn to Franklin. Shot clock down to 5. McNeely, a grenade. Not in time. Shot clock violation. McNeely had to pass that up. There's 2 seconds left.
Now
Good luck.
This is what we thought we'd see, Eric. These two teams, very physical, very defensive-minded. We've got 2 shot clock violations back-to-back.
Nothing worse in the world of basketball is when your teammate passes you the ball with 1 second remaining on the shot clock. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for nothing.
Here's Post.
It's been a short body of work, but so far, Shedrick has had the best success.
Done! Dunk number 2! The freshman has come in and energized this crowd. Langford missed the layup, but gets it back. Langford during this, trying to leave it for Bickerstaff. Ashton Langford. Delayed just a smidge. Stays with BC. On the block, this is John Langford. That's a tough chance. And it goes. DeMar Langford earned every bit of that.
Well, you know, the Langford brothers are tall. They've got some size, and BC will run them into the post. Great fadeaway jump shot.
Deflected, stolen away by Bickerstaff. And the pass stolen back by Dunn. Missed opportunity for BC.
It takes freshmen a while to get used to this defensive system that Tony Bennett runs, but that was a great job at Dunn. He got turned around quickly. Eric saw the pass on the break.
Franklin. Boston College down 3.
You just see the swagger that BC is playing with right now. Ton of confidence.
Post. Won't fall.
Easiest shot he's had this afternoon.
He's at least hoping for a foul. Get to the free throw line where he's automatic. Post, first man down on the floor. It's Boston College. Bickerstaff. Blocked from behind by Dunn. That was clean. What kind of athlete is Ryan Dunn? Ryan Dunn, both ends of the floor, doing a David Thompson impersonation. He's a Skywalker.
Giant in the history of this league, Ralph Sampson. We actually ate at his restaurant last night here in town.
I drove past it.
And he came over. We visited for a while. First time I'd seen him in a while. He's doing very well.
What a get from Harrisonburg, Virginia.
And great food, too. My meal was fabulous.
Okay. BC, very scrappy. They keep the basketball.
If you're Tony Bennett, too many offensive rebounds and second chances for BC.
Post. Points 15 and 16. Remember, he got off to that great start. And this is an official timeout. Some concern about DeMar Langford.
He was down on the floor. He's hobbling off right now.
And he's going to have to leave the ball game. Mason Metz replaces him. Langford's a big part of the toughness that Earl Grant likes his team to play with. Hopefully he's okay. All right, for Virginia, Kihei Clark is back into the ball game. He's got the ball, bringing it over the timeline.
Virginia's starting lineup back on the floor now.
Vanderplas bumping against the league bang. No whistle. We play on, score the goal.
And that was his first basket, too. That's a big breakthrough for him. He needs to get involved in the offense. Maybe that gets him in some sort of rhythm.
Zachary's been quiet. I mentioned that a couple of times. Usually super solid both ends of the floor.
But he's not. Zachary will not hunt his shot. Really nice post defense by Vanderplas that time.
Zachary does average 10 points per game. Seen him go off in years past. Usually shoots a good ball.
But he'll do other things there. I mean, he did not score big in the North Carolina game, but was a very important part of what they were doing. But he is a very capable three-point shooter.
Just looking at his line, he does have 4 assists here 15 minutes into our game.
He does other things.
Post. I will say this, even when he misses, it looks like it's going in.
Oh, and then Vanderplas did a nice job. At least he got a hand up. And that's where Virginia's trademark on defense, high hands. You have to bother the shot.
Zachary almost had a steal. Beekman.
Almost steals turn into baskets for this Virginia team. It was very fortunate they missed.
One possession game. BC down 3. A league bang.
League has been quiet as well. I like him. He's got some good size.
Clark stays with the Cavaliers. Franklin. And we have got a foul called against Boston College.
He'll be shooting 3. Big mistake defensively.
Fresh Market presents Discover the Best. This is what Tony Bennett's club has done. They lead the ACC in scoring defense. What's new? They win by a nice margin, and then usually shooting really good three-pointers, close to 40% as a team.
Well, and his team, and you know, the assists, they don't make mistakes. They don't turn the ball over. An incredible assist-to-turnover ratio. And then the last time that this team and that gentleman, when they won their national championship, it was his best scoring team. And they were also, this is the best three-point shooting team he's had since that group.
So everyone always says defense wins championships. You're trying to tell me that's not the case with Tony Bennett.
all of his defense is there all the time. It's when they've been able to score. But when they score in the 70s, they are very, very tough to beat.
Well, Armaan Franklin is from Indianapolis, Indiana, and there's a general rule: if you played high school ball in Indiana, you better hit your free throws, and he does. He hits all 3, and it's the largest lead of the game for Virginia. They're up by 6. Chaz Kelly III back in. He gets it to Zachary, and look how far Virginia makes you start your offense. You're 25 feet away from the cup.
There are very few easy catches in the offense. And this is now Virginia amped up their pressure a little bit.
Madsen left alone. That's a mistake. Can't cash in.
They're going to get looks. I mean, they're committed to double teaming in on Post. So if he finds the open shooter, they've got to step up and knock shots down.
Vanderplas. Rebounded by the smallest man on the floor. Gardner.
All right, how about Kihei Clark? You talk about 5'10", gets the rebound, dribbles into the paint, and finds a shooter.
It's a winning type of play. One of the great winners.
Yes, sir. He is a winner.
Oh, my. Miscommunication. Another turnover. Virginia's on a 7-0 run. How about Kihei Clark? All of them get by Kai Ashton Langford.
He's their second leading scorer, too. They're actually surviving pretty well without him.
His brother, DeMar, is back into the game. A little bit of concern when he left a moment ago. DeMar Langford back in. First time we're seeing C.J. Pena. Pena wears number 24 for Boston College.
I think the foul trouble by Ashton Langford has given him some time here in the first half.
Tough chance for Zachary. That's just his second field goal attempt. He's scoreless.
No points. Yeah, we talk about other things. 3 rebounds, 4 assists for him, but they need him to get some points in the half.
Step in. Franklin rings the bell.
This Armaan Franklin. I mean, you know, it's funny. You don't hear his name a lot in ACC, but he is playing at a high level. You know, none of Tony Bennett's players are ever going to be in the top 15 in scoring. But Armaan Franklin is playing really well.
Post. Now the worm has turned. He was hitting everything early, and he's been slow. Still has 16 points. But the lion's share coming in the first handful of minutes. Beekman backdoor cut. Vanderplas denied. Madsen takes it away.
That's a couple of big blocks in this game, and Madsen not the tallest guy on the floor, but good timing.
Post actually pushes off to get the basketball. We play on. Post. Man, they have really bottled him up. CPI security protecting the paint.
Well, I don't know that we'd pick Mason Madsen for this coming into the game, Eric, but nice finish right there, nice recovery. They start down the other end, but I got to say that this and the Virginia gets a turnover. This last stretch where Virginia's made a run here, they played Virginia defense. They weren't doing that in the first 8 minutes of the game.
That is the 8th turnover for Earl Grant's BC Eagles. Just 4 for Virginia. Big difference. Gardner. Clark. Final minute of our first half. Boston College played well right out of the gate, but lately it's been all Virginia. Cavaliers lead by 10. Pena able to get through a thicket of Cavalier defenders for his first field goal.
And a bunch of white jerseys in there as well, able to finish against that defense. Good catch. Good. Caught it with both feet in the paint.
Difference between the game clock and the shot clock is about 2 seconds. Tony Bennett's team usually pretty good at figuring out how to end halves.
Don't the clock continues to run too, so the shot goes up and goes through.
Just as I spoke.
5th turnover.
Yeah, the Cavaliers leave some meat on the bone. So Boston College, understanding that this is a gift, getting the ball back with 6.8, they're going to draw up a play. Earl Grant trying to capitalize on the fact that Virginia, who normally plays the ends of halves very well, didn't that time, committing the turnover and leaving a lot of time for BC to do something.
Well, and the thing, too, when we talked to BC about Ashton Langford with the 3 personal fouls, he's going to have to be very careful when he comes back in the second half, not picking up that 4th early, and they miss his scoring. BC's got to find that 2nd, 3rd guy in this game.
Looking at the numbers for BC so far through our first half, they've got 27 points, and well over half of those points have come from Quinten Post, who's got 16, but 14 of those 16 came in the first 8 minutes of the game.
Well, and if you see, too, that the 3-point shot has dried up for BC in this last stretch as well. Post made a couple early, but since that time, they have not found mark. And matter of fact, they've only attempted 8 in the half.
For those who like free throws, we have not had a free throw missed today. 9 for 9 combined at the free throw line. Here comes Langford in a hurry. Oh, a turnover. Beekman fires it up from beyond half court, and the shot cannot find purchase. And that'll do it for our first half of play. Tony Bennett's team took a couple of punches, but they end the half on an uptick. They lead by 8 through the first 20 minutes. When we come back, the Toyota halftime report. Mason Madsen beginning the second half for Boston College.
Well,
that's a different wrinkle.
Thing is, Eric, they've got to get some production out of Zachary and Elite Bay. Those guys combined for a couple of points in the first half, and they've got to support Post. He needs 2nd and 3rd scoring.
Yeah, besides Quinten Post, no one on Boston College had more than 1 field goal. Hard to win that way. And a reach-in foul. We're going to have free throws for Reece Beekman. There's DeMar Langford. See the ice on the knee. The minute you got ice, you're done. Ice cools things down, and you got to stay hot and loose. Ice means you're done. All right, neither side missed a free throw in our first half, and that trend continues. Beekman normally pretty good at the line, 82%. Junior from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Red Stick, Louisiana, if you will.
And the thing is about Eric, we talked about Quinten Post and his scoring, but right now Virginia outscoring BC in the paint area, so they got a foul. They got to the free throw line off that last drive. They've been working inside.
Dump down to Post, draws a crowd. Elite Bay with a chin up.
Great job of following in that time, and that's what Earl Grant told us, that Post gives him that element. The defense collapses on him, and that was a terrific find.
Gardner faces up on Post and hits it.
Well, we talked about it, and then look at Clark just immediately going to defense.
Beekman score the goal and a foul. They caught Boston College napping and may cost them 3 points.
All that is immediately turning to defense as soon as your possession is over with. Clark did it, got the pass, makes a play, and this is a big start for Virginia.
Well, combined, both sides shooting like J.J. Redick at the free throw line. We have not had a missed free throw so far in our first 21 minutes. Madsen, a lead bang. Ashton Langford. Ooh, how'd that pass get through? Score the goal, Quinten Post.
Well, that's the one thing with Vanderplas. They can take him inside. They threw over the top a couple of times in that first half. He got great position, held Vanderplas off.
Virginia, Cavalier team has won 5 consecutive. Boston College, they've won 2 straight. Both their wins have been by double digits. How about Mr. Gardner? Jayden Gardner, the turnaround.
Well, we talked about it. He's averaged 6 points in his last 6. They needed a breakout for him, and maybe this is the game that does it for him.
Ashton Langford, Madsen. Largest lead of the day, 13 for Virginia. Wonderful catch in traffic. Hands like vice grips. And Gardner will go to the line.
Eric, it's really been a concerted effort by Virginia to attack the rim here early on. They're getting to the free throw line. They're putting Boston College in foul trouble. This is one thing. Gardner undersized a little bit in this league, but very strong, wide body.
Oof. I thought that our free throw streak was hanging by a thread. Gardner just 60% as a free thrower. But the first one crawls in. Free throw streak is in doubt right now. No! 14 in a row combined.
This is the quietest crowd that I've ever heard on the free throws.
BC in trouble right now. Down 15. Ashton Langford muscles it through. That's a big shot for him.
Big three for him to step up. Not the scorer that his brother is, but may have to, get back into the swing of things and, be careful with those 3 fouls.
Poked away. BC with numbers if they hurry. Now even strength. 3 minutes into our second half. Nothing's easy for Post ever since that beginning of the game onslaught. Lazy pass picked off. Just can't try that pass against the Cavaliers. Missed opportunity on the other end.
Right, Ashton Langford, a nice job defensively, and he gets the foul out front.
Clark fouls him.
Talked about his foul trouble and him scoring, getting back into rhythm. Going to be a big part of this second half for BC.
Chaz Kelly's going to come in. He replaces Madsen.
And he's getting some of the minutes DeMar Langford would normally get with him being out.
Jayden Zachary, an inbound the ball, averages 10.6 points per game. He's only attempted 2 shots today. On cue, there's his 3rd shot in this first make.
He heard you, Eric. We talked about it was quiet in here at the BC. Well, he needed that to get some rhythm in his own right. BC needs to, now they need a couple of stops on this end, keep people out of the paint.
Modest 5-0 run for BC. Clark does it by himself.
Well, they did a nice job. They cut off the drive, but Clark creates a little separation and gets a nice jump shot.
Zachary. Vader blocks.
He really wanted to try to take a lead bay that time.
Clark had too much time. Again, an offensive rebound. Following it with a vengeance is Gardner. His 3rd dunk of the game.
Eric, that was a half pass, half shot. He just wanted to get it up on the rim. He knew he had rebounding help. We'll give him half an assist for that.
Boston College has to call a timeout. They thought they were doing good work, but then this happens. Jayden Gardner. 50-36, our score. Here's your score. Virginia hanging a half 100 on BC. They lead 50-36. 15:23 remaining in our ball game. Blue Cross and Blue Shield North Carolina presents the upcoming schedule for the 7th-ranked Cavaliers.
Well, and you look at this, the score of this game, Eric. 14 points may not be a massive lead against some teams. Against this team, it is a big lead. This is an important 4-minute stretch for Boston College right here.
BC brings in experience. TJ Bickerstaff wearing number 1 into the contest. And a foul called on Virginia's Reece Beekman. We've got an official timeout on the floor. We'll be back in a moment.
Entire college career.
Someone stepped on you, or what happened?
No, I just changed direction too quickly and fractured the sesamoid bones in my left foot. And so 2 games later, they taped me up, and I played the whole rest of my career. But fabulous, fabulous atmosphere. And, you know, when you guys like Jeff Lamp and Lee Raker and Ralph Sampson, makes it a tough home court. Ralph Sampson in the building this afternoon, making the game extra special. BC down 14. Quinten Post, that was automatic back in the early part of our first half. I think he needs to work. He's only got 2 points so far in this half, Eric. I think he needs to get back into the paint, try to do some work there, then build back out to the 3. Gardner and Beekman have combined for 13 of the 15 second-half points for Virginia. Vanderplas. He's got a smaller cover on the switch. Gardner. Had a good look. He had a, you know, on the double team inside, he had a clean look. Bickerstaff, how did Virginia lose track of him? And normally they don't let people get behind them on breakouts like that. That's as easy a basket as you're going to get in this building. First bucket for Bickerstaff. Transfer from Drexel. Clark missed with the left hand. 12-point game. Oh, Post turned the wrong way. Looked like Ashton Langford was trying to lead into the basket. Yeah, and he did. He slipped the screen that time. It was a design play to have that happen. He just got turned around. He would have been right in his hands. Franklin a step back. BC playing without DeMar Langford. Langford suffering a right knee contusion in the first half. These are, again, they've had a couple of empty possessions for Virginia, so it's an opportunity for Boston College to carve into that lead. Bickerstaff, bully ball. He was tied up. Alternate possession arrow keeps it with Boston College. Really nice defense, funneling him to the baseline and runs out of room. Really, really solid. Gardner's going to leave the game to a hero's welcome. He's been sensational here in our second half. But how about you take him out and Ryan Dunn comes in, who was a highlight reel in the first half. A couple of dunks. Score the goal with a foul. Mackay, Ashton Langford. And that was a miscommunication on that inbounds play. That's another breakdown that you normally don't see with Virginia. And it looked like Kie Clark was talking to McNeely on that play. Yeah, he's got to know that you got to defend that pass into the middle. That was too easy. Oh my goodness. We have not seen a missed free throw in our ball game. That is now 15 for 15 combined. And an official timeout. And, you know, turn all this. Kie Clark is still teaching McNeely about that last defensive play. He was in the lane. He was pointing down that this is where you need to stop. McNeely would have been in middle school when Kie Clark started playing here at Virginia. I think Kie Clark is dean of students now. He's been here that long. Devin McLaughlin has come in for Boston College. He wears number 21. Post is out of the game. And a foul called on TJ Bickerstaff. 14 foul. And that's the impressive thing about Virginia. They've really, on their defense, they don't foul. They're very physical. They don't have a lot of fouls called on them. Good catch by Vanderplas. And almost a turnover. And now it is a turnover. Eric, you know how sometimes a possession is destined to be a turnover? That looked like one in the developing. There's look right from here, just kind of a miscommunication in. Clark was going into the middle, tried to save it. At least for Virginia, it's a dead ball turnover. You can get back and set your defense up.
Chaz Kelly starts the offense, and pass is knocked away. We play on, not a kickball. And there's your turnover. Dunn takes it away from McLaughlin. McNeely!
How about the freshman not giving up on that play? They did a nice job stopping Dunn, but he came racing up the middle.
8th and 9th fast break point for Virginia. They've won that battle this afternoon.
And you got the sense, especially on offense, that Virginia has gotten BC sped up in the half court.
McLaughlin blocks.
Foul inside.
So we'll have free throws coming for McLaughlin.
There's a look, and you see good anticipation that time. Dunn, how about the blocks and then getting out in the open floor, making a steal, but two freshmen connecting on that play.
Free throw streak on the line right now. Combined 16 for 16 this afternoon. Kihei Clark is going to leave along with Vanderplas. Shedrick comes back in for Virginia.
Not a bad stretch right now for BC. The game was at a little bit of a tipping point, a 14-point lead. They cut it back down to 9. Nice job winning this block of time.
12 minutes to play. The first of 2 meetings. Virginia will make a return trip up to BC later on this season.
They got to get it over half court.
And they don't. And
stepped out.
Help. Earl Grant was pointing that the sideline was breached. He helped the officials with that call. And he is happy right now. Boston College making a comeback.
Outside, facing up, shooting the jump shot. He really has found a nice rhythm, Eric. Double-figure score, 16 points, 7 of 10 for the game, 6 rebounds, and also a nice job on the other end of the floor as well.
21 minutes of court time for Gardner. Averages 10 points, already at 16 this afternoon. Now, Quinten Post, though, he's been the story for Boston College. He came right out of the chute with his hair on fire. 14 points in the first 6 minutes of our first half, but Virginia has figured him out. Only 4 points since for Post.
And they gave him a lot of different looks later on in that first half. They went with some size. They went back to Vanderplas. He's done a better job in this half. They've only had the one lob in, and you got Shedrick in the game now, so they're going to put some more size for him when he comes back in the game.
BC basketball, 9-point game. Ashton Langford to Kelly. Kelly lost it on the way up. Bickerstaff saves. Stays with BC. Ashton Langford hit the underside of the rim.
And there are not a lot of scorers out on the floor for BC right now. It puts a lot of pressure on Ashton Langford.
Foul committed. They call it on Devin McLaughlin. McLaughlin has a famous tie to the ACC. Uncle is Chester McLaughlin, All-American defensive tackle at Clemson back in the day. A breach defensively allows Franklin to get to the rim.
We've seen a breach on an underneath out of bounds for BC, and now we've seen one on the other. Virginia getting much too easy. Back screen up top, no weak side help.
4th team dunk for Virginia. Couple in the first half by Ryan Dunn. Kelly. Offensive rebound. Ashton Langston can't get the follow. Bickerstaff. He can't hit it either. Missed opportunity.
All right, 2 point-blank shots, and that's what Bickerstaff does. He climbs all over the offensive glass, just couldn't get it to drop.
Shedrick. Franklin. Three ball.
See, you know, you can't double off him. I mean, I know there's a big guy inside, but you got to take your chances with somebody, and I would rather do it with Shedrick than letting him have a clean look.
Lead back up to 14. Three Eagles waiting at the scores table. Next whistle, they'll come in. Shot clock down to 2. And a turnover.
Here's the look. You see everybody wants that one on the floor, and he doesn't have to be guarded by 3 guys, especially after he picked up his dribble.
Stay tuned for the fast break presented by your local Ford dealer. That is coming up. We've got 9:55 remaining. Quinten Post back into the game, along with Jayden Zachary and CJ Pena.
You know, the one thing too about Virginia with Beekman and especially K.A. Clark, very tough to press this team. They've got great ball handlers out there.
Dunn, he showed me something.
Wow.
Just a freshman, came in averaging 2.5 points per game, but that's going to change in the years to come.
And you know what, Eric? His stuff is loud too. I mean, his points in the first half were incredible.
Pena. Bickerstaff keeps it with the Eagles. Post.
Well, I tell you, well, Virginia, you know, solid defense, but they're flirting with it a little bit with the offensive rebounds. BC just hasn't converted right now.
Beekman. Franklin. Hit a shot from that spot a moment ago. Gets his own miss.
Pena closed out, but he didn't block him out.
Beekman with the left hand. Pretty move. And the lead is now 18 for the home team.
And he's their third double-figure scorer, so Virginia's got nice balance in the scoring column.
BC still at just 43 points. Their offense has stalled. Nothing easy. Ashton Langford. Tough reverse layup.
And that kind of drive is awfully difficult against this defense. He made that play out of nothing.
We've got a timeout. 8:04 remaining in our ball game. BC, do they have another run in them? We shall see. Equity Tractor turning point, and what Virginia has done here in the second half to get the offense in gear.
Yeah, it really started the easy inbounds play by Armaan Franklin, and just so smooth, so disciplined. Nice pump fake, knock down the 3, puts it on the floor just as well, and Beekman finishing with his left hand.
Tony Bennett looking for career win number 401. Got that 400th win a couple of days ago. A win would get him to 332 wins as the head coach at Virginia. Now in his 14th year here at Charlottesville. Virginia with the basketball and the lead. Under 8 minutes to play. Dunn. Franklin. McNeely. Wonderful play on the offensive end for Virginia.
There it is. We talked about the defending the weak side for Boston College. They got stuck in rotation on the pass into the post.
Lead is now 19 for the Cavaliers, trying to get to 8-2 in conference. Alik Bay, Zachary. Post. If that's a travel, it's the 4th time he's traveled. Oh, my goodness.
No, they're going to call it. It was a foul before the shot on Shedrick.
Okay.
And he gets really bailed out here. Here's the look on this youngster right now. You know the thing about Virginia, the third oldest team in the country this year as far as experience, but their two freshmen have been terrific today.
Great point. Yeah, you're right. Dunn and McNeely. Future bright. Boston College is going to make a change. Pena leaves. Madsen replaces him.
I'll tell you what, that Virginia's got another one waiting in the wings. Leon Bond, redshirt this year. I saw him practice yesterday. He's going to be awfully good.
Ashton Langford got thrown to the floor. Shedrick called for the foul. That's number 2 on Shedrick. That's the 6th team foul on Virginia, so one more, and BC will be in the bonus.
And they need this. BC needs this game to slow down. They need to get into that bonus and get to the free throw line.
Madsen left it short.
So Virginia, unless they've got an easy deuce early, they're going to be very methodical in running their offense.
They haven't really looked at the basket. We're halfway through the shot clock. Franklin, no. Shedrick, yes! 5th dunk for Virginia.
You know, it's good to see him out there. His minutes have dried up since they've gone small, but staying with it, being active, he gives them a different element, obviously, out there, but he gives them a shot blocker and points on the offensive glass.
Oh, that's a mistake by Shedrick. His 3rd foul, and now bonus for BC.
This, again, that was a shot knowing there's a guy right in front of the rim in case he missed. If it goes in, good. If not, I got the follow dunk.
That's the 7th foul, and the officials take note. We'll have a 1-and-1. So now, the perfect afternoon we've had at the free throw line is in doubt. A 1-and-1. Both sides have combined 17 for 17 at the free throw line. Hey, now a message from Coyote Tractor.
In my experience, if you work the land, you got to be a jack of all trades. You got to have a little bit of optimism and a whole lot of get-go.
Mike Jaminski, are free throws ever contagious for both teams? If
Yes.
one team's shooting a great ball, the other team is as well?
I think good offense makes are just as contagious, whether it's threes or things are rolling for you, certainly free throws. But you know what? There's a couple, if there's a weakness with Virginia, they're not a great free throw shooting team. They're good. That and rebounding are two areas that really they need to shore up somewhat.
That went off the foot of Beekman. It's a turnover. Virginia as a team 10 for 10 at the free throw line. Boston College as a team 9 for 9 at the free throw line. I think just for fun, I'm going to look to see who had a better free throw stroke in the NBA, you or Tony Bennett. You guys played together for a while in Charlotte with the Hornets, and that may be all right, fun with numbers. We'll be back with that in a little bit, folks. Mike Jaminski, the 7-footer. Tony Bennett, the little guard. Who's the better free thrower? Steal by Madsen. And, oh, you can't pick it up and start dribbling again. John Gaffney has done a whole bunch of college games over the years, and he is telling Madsen, son, doesn't work that way.
Yeah, the margin for error really thin right now. I mean, you get a turnover like that, you have to convert it to points. If you got an easy offensive rebound, you've got to get those. And BC trying to talk about, they're going to push the pressure up, but this Virginia team is a very good ball handling team.
Franklin, McNeely, Clark, Gardner, and Dunn playing together for the Cavaliers. 7th ranked team in the country.
Well, Clark going down in the low block.
Gardner, a mid-ranger.
They're making the play.
Gardner's got 18. That leads the way for Virginia. Ashton Langford. That's a tough chance with the left hand. Clark forced him to do something he didn't want to. Great catch by Dunn.
I don't know how he even caught that one.
Unbelievable catch. That hit the backboard, it hit the net, and he still caught it somehow. And it results in a three. McNeely.
I'll tell you what, he has got a sweet stroke, Eric. And you talk about his free throw shooting. He's 6 of 22 coming into this game from the 2-point line. Oh, I don't know why he's even shooting inside.
Post. Bodies flying. What do we got?
Block.
Okay. So we can keep our free throw streak going with one of the best free throwers in the country. Post will go to the line.
Here's the, yeah, he never really got squared up on that time. Was kind of turned laterally, and you know, Post has shown the ability he can take the ball off the dribble.
All right, there's no way that our free throw streak ends now with Post at the line. So we're a combined 19 for 19. Post has only missed once on the year, and it's like butter. Post is 5 for 5 today. That means he is now 27 for 28 at the line.
You know, if we're in my days in the NBA, if somebody broke this streak, they get fined.
Oh, that doesn't even hit the rim. That's a 7-foot human being.
He's pure.
Final 4:15. McNeely's best story as of late. Long two. Man, where else we want to put him? That guy can play some offense.
So you know what? That's the best of all worlds. If you're defending him, make him take a long two instead of a three. But he can score.
Time running out on BC. Largest deficit. Zachary. He's had a tough day offensively. Came in averaging 10.5 points per game. You mean probably not going to get there. Three ball, Franklin. And the offense in full throat for Virginia. Post, great catch, score the goal. He's back at it.
You know, terrific. I mean, game in general, you come in here, score 22 points, but it's been a quiet second half for him.
Interior fine, Gardner, get out! Post takes it from him. And it goes off of a league bay's foot. We've got a timeout on the floor. How about the freshman, McNeely? Stroking it. He's got a full bag of offensive moves. And most
in conference and overall, they'd have to go and play against that zone of Syracuse and then back to the state of Virginia. Virginia Tech starting to be healthy. They're going to be better down the stretch.
Boston College came into this game on a hot streak. Back-to-back wins. Both win by double digits. And Virginia's going deep into the bench.
Yeah, and well, you know what? This team, they score 76 points. They get up into this range. They are virtually unbeatable.
Clark still in the ball game. Shot take. Run down by Boston College. Post still in there. That's a 7-foot human being making that move. That's impressive.
And that's a Tommy Heinsohn kind of running hook.
Good reference.
Going way back. Holy Cross.
Chase Coleman is checked into the game for Virginia. And now a timeout as both sides are going to go deep into their bench. Let's take a look here for Boston College coming into the ball game for the first time. We have got Andrew Kenny, he wears number 23. Into the game, Quinn Pemberton, he wears number 30. And number 2, Armaan Mighty into the game. Armaan Mighty, number 2, from Toronto, Ontario. Tane Murray, this is Murray right there, number 10. Shedrick. Mentioned before that last time out, we were talking about free throw shooting and how important it is to win at the any level of basketball. We talked about the importance for Tony Bennett. Over the years, his team makes free throws. Tony Bennett could not hold a candle when it came to you, Mike Jaminski, in making free throws. I looked at the numbers. You played close to 1,000 NBA games. 84.2 is what you shot as a professional at the free throw line.
3 points, and I had to take them any way I could get them. And for most of the teams I played with, I shot technicals too. So
now Tony Bennett, not bad, but nowhere close to G-man territory. 73.2. I bet if you asked his team, with the importance that he stresses on free throws, I bet if you went to anyone on the team and said, "What do you think your coach shot at the free throw line?" they'd probably say 95%. No, 73.2.
We played with a pretty good shooter in our own right in Charlotte, too, with Mr. Curry, your normal partner in Hornets games.
Del Curry could make a free throw.
Yes, he could. He could make a three as well.
Final minute and a half of our ball game. This actually was pretty darn close for the first half that we played. Boston College led for a chunk of our first half because they got that great offensive start. Quinten Post scored 14 of the first 16 points for BC. But then the typical defense that Virginia plays ramped it up a bit. And it has been all Virginia here in the second half.
I talked about the rebounding, but, a big advantage in this game, Eric's second chance points, 15-4 for the Cavaliers. Also 14 points off turnovers. So those are the areas that they usually win during the course of the game, especially the points off turnovers.
Andrew Kenny, senior from Seattle, Washington. I like the routine he's got. Make a lot of free throws, and you got yourself a good routine.
Well, hopefully the injury to DeMar Langford won't keep him out for an extended period of time. He was a big part of missing in that second half, especially on the defensive end.
Game on Tuesday back at home against Clemson for Boston College.
Hey, snag it open.
Get back to Boston today in plenty of time. We love noon games.
Love the early start.
I didn't like him so much as a player.
Is that right?
Yeah, it took me a little while to get going. 2 o'clock was about a good early start for me.
Substitution timeout for Boston College.
And this Virginia team was a little sluggish in the first couple minutes of this game, but completely different story since then.
Abe Ataya going to get some burn right here. Abe Ataya is a junior from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Hey, that's fitting. We talked about Billy Packer passing away on Tuesday. Billy Packer from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. So many wonderful stories. His head coach, Bones McKimmey, making fun of the fact that he is from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And now a guy from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania comes into an ACC game. That's really cool. Abe Ataya, thank you for being from Bethlehem, and thank you for coming into the game.
And, and I said it, Billy would not like the fact that we're talking as much as we are about him. He's like, all right, yeah, great, I'm gone. I had a good run. Just, the humility that he had. It was always about the sport. It was never about him during the broadcast.
Coleman. And Ataya comes down with a rebound. I say get it to Ataya. This is Ataya. Our final shot of the game. Wasn't meant to be. So congratulations to the Virginia Cavaliers. They're going to improve to 16-3 on the season. They're going to go to 8-2 in conference play. The 7th-ranked Virginia Cavaliers do it again. They'll have a couple of days to enjoy it. Their next tilt will be in central New York, taking on the Syracuse Orange on Monday.
Well, just, both ends of the floor are really solid. This team scoring 76